There comes a moment in every life when the world starts to whisper, "You're finished. That's all you've got. Time has passed you by. You failed too many times. You don't have what it takes anymore." And if you're not careful, those whispers don't stay whispers. They grow into voices. Those voices grow into beliefs, and those beliefs become chains. But today we break those chains with 3 words. I'm not done yet. Not when I'm still breathing. Not when my heart still beats. Not when there's still fire in my chest and vision in my mind. Not when there's still growth left in my struggle. Not when there's still purpose left in my pain. I am not done yet. Some of you walked in here feeling tired. Not just physically tired. Soul tired. Tired of trying. Tired of starting over. Tired of believing just to be disappointed again. Tired of being strong for everyone else while silently falling apart inside. You've been patient. You've been resilient. You've been hopeful. And sometimes it feels like hope has been expensive. But hear me clearly. Tired does not mean finished. Broken does not mean defeated. Delayed does not mean denied. It simply means you are still in the middle of your story. And the middle is always the hardest part. Let's be honest for a moment. Some of you are carrying failure that still weighs on you. You did everything you knew how to do, and it still didn't work. Some of you trusted the wrong people. Some of you made decisions you wish you could undo. Some of you lost things you never thought you'd lose. Dreams, relationships, opportunities, time. And the enemy has one favorite sentence he loves to repeat. It's too late now. Too late to change. Too late to start over. Too late to dream again. Too late to believe again. But that sentence is a lie. As long as you're alive, there is still time to rise. Say it with your chest. I'm not done yet. Being not done doesn't mean you're not hurting. It means you refuse to let the hurt define your ending. Being not done doesn't mean you haven't failed. It means your failures didn't get the final word. Being not done doesn't mean you're fearless. It means you're willing to move forward with fear riding on your back. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is standing up while your hands are still shaking. And some of the strongest people on this planet aren't loud. They aren't flashy. They don't post their battles. They simply wake up every day and choose, I'm not done yet. Let me remind you of something powerful. You didn't survive everything you've been through just to give up now. Think about that. You made it through nights you thought would destroy you. You made it through heartbreak that took your breath away. You made it through moments you didn't think your mind could handle. You made it through chaos, confusion, and collapse. And you are still here. Not by accident, not by luck, but because there is still something unfinished inside of you. There is more you haven't seen, more you haven't become, more impact you haven't made, more people you haven't helped yet, more healing you haven't received yet. You are not done yet. Some of you are standing at the edge of a comeback you're scared to believe in. You're afraid to hope again because the last time you hoped, it hurt. But listen, pain has a loud voice, but it is not the voice of truth. Just because something broke before doesn't mean it will always break. Just because it failed before doesn't mean it must always fail. Just because you fell before doesn't mean you're meant to stay down. The ground is not your destiny. Rock bottom is not your address. Your past is not your prison. It is your classroom, and class is not over. Understand this. You can lose battles and still win the war. You can take detours and still reach destiny. You can stumble and still stand tall. You can be delayed and still be dangerous. The fact that you're still breathing means the story isn't finished. The fact that you're still trying means the dream isn't over. The fact that you still feel something in your chest when you think about your future means the fire is still alive. I know what it's like to feel behind my peers, behind my expectations, behind my potential, behind my own timeline. But here's something you must understand. You are not late to your destiny. You are right on time for your development. The delay didn't destroy you. The delay built you. The struggle didn't disqualify you. The struggle trained you. The breakdown didn't end you. The breakdown revealed you. And the version of you that is rising right now is stronger than the version that fell. Say it with me. I'm not done yet. Not after one failure, not after 10 failures, not after rejection, not after heartbreak, not after embarrassment, not after disappointment, not after betrayal, not after loss, not after fear. I may be bruised, but I'm not broken. I may be tired, but I'm not finished. I may be uncertain, but I'm not quitting. I may be wounded, but I'm still warrior. Let me speak to the person who feels invisible. You keep showing up. You keep trying. You keep giving. And you feel like no one sees it. But growth is often quiet before it becomes loud. Seeds grow underground before they rise above the soil. Just because no one is clapping yet doesn't mean nothing is happening. Sometimes the most powerful transformations happen when no one is watching. Your unseen effort will soon become undeniable impact. Don't stop now. You are not done yet. Let me speak to the person who wants to quit. You're tired of fighting the same battles, tired of praying the same prayers, tired of resisting the same temptations, tired of having the same conversations, and quitting feels peaceful. But peace that comes from quitting is temporary. Regret that comes from quitting can last a lifetime. Don't you dare give up on a chapter that hasn't finished writing. Your future is begging you not to abandon it. Stay, stand, breathe. Try again. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You don't have to be healed to be hopeful. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. You only need one thing: the decision to keep going. Because momentum doesn't start with confidence, it starts with commitment. There are people in this world who are praying for the strength you already have. There are people who would trade places with you just for another chance. You have breath. You have opportunity. You have the ability to decide again. So decide this: I am not done evolving. I am not done learning. I am not done growing. I am not done healing. I am not done dreaming. I am not done becoming. One day, you will look back on this season, this painful one, this confusing one, this exhausting one, and you will say, "That's where I was forged. That's where I learned my strength. That's where I stopped running. That's where I chose myself." And you will smile, not because it was easy, but because you didn't quit. So today, if you feel weak, stand anyway. If you feel afraid, move anyway. If you feel unsure, step anyway. If you feel broken, rise anyway. If you feel behind, begin anyway, because your future is not waiting for the perfect version of you. It is waiting for the persistent version of you. Say it one final time, and say it like you mean it. I'm not done yet. Not with my life, not with my dream, not with my purpose, not with my growth, not with my fight. I may fall again, but I will rise again. I may hurt again, but I will heal again. I may fail again, but I will learn again. And as long as I keep getting back up, it will never be over. Let me go even further with you. Some of you are fighting battles no one applauds, no trophies, no recognition, no spotlight, just silent wars behind closed doors. You smile in public and bleed in private. You encourage others while you're secretly exhausted. You hold it together just long enough to make it through the day, then fall apart at night where no one can see you. But listen to me. The fact that you're still standing in secret means you're stronger than you even know in public. You don't need an audience to be a warrior. You don't need applause to be powerful. You don't need validation to be valuable. Your resilience speaks even when your mouth is silent. And as long as you are still fighting, you are not done yet. You see, life has a strange way of testing your endurance. It doesn't always hit you with one big blow. Sometimes it's 1,000 small ones. The unanswered prayer, the delayed breakthrough, the apology you never got, the closure that never came, the door that stayed shut, the effort that went unnoticed. And each moment quietly asks, how long can you keep believing? Long enough to learn, long enough to grow, long enough to become dangerous with wisdom, long enough to develop unshakable faith in yourself. Because faith built in comfort is fragile. Faith built in storms is unbreakable. Understand this truth. Your darkest season is not punishment. It is preparation. Your loneliness is not abandonment. It is alignment. Your struggle is not weakness. It is resistance training for your destiny. Pressure doesn't just crush things. It creates things. Diamonds are not born in comfort. They are forged in confinement. And so are you. Let me tell you something most people won't. You will outgrow people. You will outgrow places. You will outgrow versions of yourself that you once loved. And that growth will hurt. Because evolution always demands a goodbye. Sometimes you don't lose people because you became worse. You lose them because you became more. And it's okay to miss what you outgrew. It's okay to grieve who you used to be. But never shrink yourself to fit into a story you were meant to outgrow. You are not done becoming. Some of you are haunted by who you used to be, by old mistakes, old addictions, old patterns, old mindsets, old labels. But hear me clearly. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. You don't live there anymore. That version of you was a chapter, not the whole book. You learned. You changed. You woke up. And awakening is proof that transformation is already happening. You are not who you were, and you're not finished becoming who you'll be. Right now, someone is watching you without you knowing it. A younger sibling, a child, a teammate, a coworker, a friend who secretly draws strength from your perseverance. You think you're barely surviving, but to them, you are a symbol of survival. Your decision not to quit might be the reason someone else keeps going. Never underestimate the weight of your endurance. Never underestimate the ripples of your resilience. Your life is speaking even when you are silent. Let's clear something up. You don't always need motivation. Sometimes you need discipline. Motivation comes and goes with emotion. Discipline stays when emotion disappears. There will be days you don't feel inspired, days you don't feel hopeful, days you don't feel strong. Those are the days you move anyway. Because winners don't win because they always feel powerful. They win because they move when they feel powerless. Consistency will take you places. Motivation never can. You don't need to be fearless to start again. You just need to be brave for 5 seconds. 5 seconds of courage. 5 seconds to send the message. 5 seconds to apply for the job. 5 seconds to step on the stage. 5 seconds to try again. 5 seconds can change the direction of your entire life. And those 5 seconds begin with one sentence: I'm not done yet. Let me talk to the dream that feels impossible. The one you stopped talking about because people laughed. The one you buried because failure embarrassed you. The one that still wakes you up at night when the world is quiet. That dream didn't die. You just got scared. But fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a signal that you are standing at the edge of growth. If your vision doesn't terrify you a little, it probably isn't big enough. Some of you are addicted to comfort. Comfort in routines you've outgrown. Comfort in relationships that drain you. Comfort in mindsets that limit you. But comfort is the enemy of transformation. Nothing extraordinary is built inside your comfort zone. Growth demands discomfort. Strength demands resistance. Elevation demands pressure. If you want a new life, you must be willing to release your old excuses. Let's talk about confidence. Real confidence doesn't come from applause. It comes from keeping promises to yourself. Every time you show up when it's hard, you build self-trust. Every time you keep going when no one is watching, you build self-respect. Every time you rise after failure, you build unshakable confidence. Because now you know, no matter what happens, I won't abandon myself. You don't need revenge to prove your worth. You don't need validation to confirm your value. You don't need permission to evolve. Your success will speak without explanation. Let them doubt. Let them underestimate. Let them misunderstand. You keep building. Silence is louder when results arrive. There will be moments when the road gets lonely, when the crowd thins, when support fades, when encouragement disappears. That's not a signal to stop. That's a signal that the path is narrowing toward destiny. Not everyone is built to walk with you to the summit. Some were only meant to walk with you to the base. Let me remind you again, you don't quit because you feel tired. You rest. Then you rise. Quitting erases what rest restores, and you are far too valuable to erase. So when the doubt comes back, say it again. When your past tries to haunt you, say it again. When your fear gets loud, say it again. When your strength feels small, say it again. I'm not done yet. Not today. Not this season. Not with this story. Not with this dream. Not with this fight. One day, this pain will make sense. One day, this delay will be explained. One day, you'll understand why it had to be this way. Until that day comes, you keep walking. You keep growing. You keep believing. You keep becoming. Because quitting is permanent, but growth is patient. So rise again. Stand again. Dream again. Try again. Fight again. Live again. And no matter how many times you fall, let the last word over your life always be, I'm not done yet.